better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Oh, I need to skate. Here comes Steves and on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Oh, I need to skate. Here comes Steves and on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Hockey Night in Minnesota, streaming proudly. Sponsored by City and County Credit Union.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Running the skate. Here comes Steves in on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Hockey Night in Minnesota, streaming proudly. Sponsored by City and County Credit Union.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota with KARE 11 and KARE11.com, and the streaming apps is live and on the air here from the Eden Prairie Community Center. We have a very large Section 2AA matchup between a couple of teams that could most likely be facing off somewhere in the semifinal or final round range of this upcoming sectional playoff tournament. Each team comes in right around the 500 mark. The Prairie Lake Lakers are 4-6 on the season. Meanwhile, the Eden Prairie Eagles 6-5, and things have kind of dipped a bit, Mike Greenlay, for the Prairie Lake Lakers coming into this one.
Yeah, I think they had higher expectations at the beginning of the season, and they got off to a decent start. I mean, it wasn't terrible. They got off to a decent start, but boy, they hit a rut. I mean, 5 of their last 6 games have been losses, including 3 in a row, and they just seem to have lost their way. Now, when you have a team like that, you know, it's like a wounded animal. So, you know, Eden Prairie has to be a little careful here. If they can't just go and look at the past record and say, well, here's an easy 2 points to put in the win column. So they have to have their wits about them as well.
You know, if you're Prior Lake, you had that 2-0 lead over the Edina Hornets in the second period. Then you yield 5 straight in the third period and fall 6-2. What more motivation can you have from the defending state champion Eden Prairie Eagles? Sure, they had a ton of players gone, but they're still the defending champs.
Still, yeah. And if I'm Prior Lake, I'm thinking, what better team to break our little slump here over. I mean, you beat Eden Prairie and you say, okay, we're back. You know what I mean? It's a quick little reset if you're able to do that. So a good benchmark for them would be to beat this Eden Prairie team. I know Eden Prairie's not going to lay down for it.
Trevor Boschie's going to get the start and goal, and Jackson Anderson will be one of the defensemen along with Richard Thurston. The left winger is going to be the senior number 19, Alex Bump, one heck of a hockey player. Will be dynamic for sure. Riley Duber will be the center, and the right wing is a freshman, Levi Etter. Believe it or not, Joe Pankratz in his 13th season as the head coach.
And now for your Eden Prairie Eagles, starting the goal, senior number 31, Sam Showalter. At lefty, sophomore number 3, Tate Block.
Starting in goal for the Eden Prairie Eagles will be number 31, Sam Showalter. Tate Block will be one of the defensemen, and Eric Choi will be joining him on the right side. Jake Ulof's been lighting it up offensively for the Eagles team. He'll be one of the wingers. Tyler Johnson, one of the co-captains on this team, will be starting in the middle, and Phil Feinberg will start at the wing. 29 years for Lee Smith as your head coach of the Eden Prairie Eagles. That's a lot of time.
That's a lifetime. I mean, my goodness. Seen a lot of young men travel through that line.
And he's not sick of it.
Oh, well, hey, that's a hockey rube. I love those people. I love those people.
Full-fledged rube. We'll face it off for your anthem. Right, moving after more right after. Looking at our officials here, Mike, and we're going to be a pretty big foul for it to be a penalty. They're going to let him play. Good thing.
We've seen that before.
We got it tonight for sure.
Like to see some hockey in there, but for sure, this will play his part.
Jimmy Carroll, one of the officials who was actually my roommate after college.
Well,
They're a locker mates out of high school.
That explains him not calling anything.
Exactly. He's been through the ringer with me, I'll tell you that.
He's seen it all. There's the one man who's seen it all.
So good. It's funny, I was thinking the other day about how long. Jim also is the public address announcer for the state tournament as well. And I think about the longevity he's had calling games, and you mentioned the lifetime for Lee Smith behind the bench, and Joe Pankratz now in his 13th year. It seemed like just yesterday he was a member of the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, and he's been a staple behind this Prior Lake Laker bench. Hockey Night in Minnesota, Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota on the air, and we're underway as Block will walk that one across the line as Eider was there to play the body. Now it's going to be Karsten to play it around the right wing side. Over to help out is Eider again. Ruloff pinches along with Block, and back in behind the Lakers zone who are wearing their powder blues with some yellow and white trim with black thrown in there. Sharp. Oh, leg trip, but they're going to let it go. Up the left wing wall they go with it.
Couldn't make the red line. quick icing call there. Those are the little disciplined plays, and watching early here to see what Prairie Lake was going to do. They had some good puck support, trying to get out of their zone. A very heavy forecheck by Eden Prairie, but right off the bat, you don't make those little plays like getting the red line, and now you're an icing call back at your own end.
There's a shot that's deflected wide of the mark. Off the boards by Karsten. Now Andor takes over and plays this one down the right wing side. Schultz now will play the body, very heavy player there. The Eagles have mixed up the line combos a bit here over the past couple of weeks. Townsend behind the end wall. Schultz now will hustle back in the corner. Down comes Bump. And now it's picked up by Townsend for Andor. That's off his stick. Dobchuk will play that behind. Schultz had man in front, and Townsend. Andor shoots. Scores! Oh boy, you put him in that circle. He found about a corner of the net, about an inch larger than the puck. It's 1-0 Eden Prairie.
Prairie Lake did not vacate the zone from that faceoff. The faceoff was created by an icing call that could have easily been just a dump in. So you lose the faceoff, and then watch what happens. The puck gets kept in by the D-man. Everyone gets running around a little bit. The puck will eventually get to the front of the net, and then a quick little chip shot through some bodies, and it's 1-0. So to my point, you gotta manage the small parts of the game, making the red line and getting that dump so you don't have to have a face-off in your own zone. That led to a goal.
Dickey with it now to center, picked up along the way by Kingery. Now it's going to be Dobchuk. You better hurry as he has some pressure coming through and gunner out. To the right wing side it goes. Kingery was there, helping out as Roush again. There's a shot that's deflected off the stick. That was the Blake Dickey, the senior. It's going to be a battle off the far wall by Tyler Johnson. Knocked ahead by Gaylor. Now the Lakers will maintain the zone. Luloff tried to flip that ahead. That worked. Plays for the right wing. Saw Feinberg, who was changing, and nobody home. Stansberry off the bench. Had numbers down low. Kingery takes that one. There's a shot that's deflected wide. Schumacher, sorry, I accidentally called him Gunnar Roush. I don't know what I was thinking. Looking at the JV roster, I should know better.
Schumacher had a couple of good moves in there. Probably should have shot that puck. Tried to force a pass about 2 feet above the face-off, or excuse me, the goal crease.
Anderson shot in on goal, steered aside by Eden Prairie's goaltender Sam Showalter. Now the Eagles will have the icing ball. It's back the other way we go.
Good response here by Prairie Lake, getting scored on early in the game like that. Now they're responding well with a little bit of work in the offensive zone.
Joe Rice. Play it there, right? Anderson gathers from the line. Ooh, that was blocked in front. Blocked. That one's off the skates of Satterdown to the right wing. Rice plays back in behind. Now it's Boyce that's there up the middle. It goes. Capu, no, not at the line. Back to center goes Anderson. He'll turn and play that one. Deflected in off an Eagle stick. Choi will ring the far wall. Looking for Stansberry. Target pass to the line. The Eagles have numbers. Now it's Satterdown with Smith. 2-on-1. Satterdown back to Smith. Oh! It's on the off wing for Smith. If he could have opened up, he would have had a tap in there, but instead, fan on that opportunity. Now blocked, shots deflected. Stansberry shoots, and another save made by Boshi. And he keeps that one out of the back of the net.
Well, standing up strong at the blue line, offensive blue line, does have its risk. That time it's a 2-on-1 because the defender lost his edge and weren't able to convert on it.
Across the line they go with it. Andor has one already. That one's off the end boards. Now it's picked up by Bond to the left wing. Choi throws that one back in. Townsend turns away. He has Block up high. Block with it. Brister in on goal. Oh, that's spun up on Boshi. The glove save made there. I got a goaltending question for you real quick. You know, when we were young and when we were taught how to do this game, when the nets, we had to stick a little more straight unless we wanted to angle it up over the glass. Now everything's coming straight into the body. Have you noticed that?
Well, and actually that's when the butterfly position began to be taught in earnest, and they used to teach. They would start to teach to angle your stick so that any puck hits it, deflects up into your chest area, because the chest area was so big that it really was like an eclipse.
J.S. Jaguar. Remember, that was just absolutely a joke.
It's exactly the goaltender I was thinking about, because he was immediately taught that, and every goaltender subsequently has been taught that. You have that stick at such an angle that it either deflects. If it deflects up over your shoulder, it's over the net anyway. If it deflects up into your chest, then it's a safe play as well.
And you've got it in front of you.
Yeah.
You just better know how to use your stick, because you can ramp it into the shelf. At the younger ages, we would see that happening. We're like, what's happening here?
Well, the thing is that, and that's something that's taught to goaltenders who specifically these days are pretty big. I mean, goaltenders used to be stand there with their shoulders against the crossbar. Now a goaltender these days is 6'4", 6'5", butterflies, and his torso is still at the crossbar.
About the hip.
Yeah. So it's like, so that you can get away with that type of teaching, especially if you're a big, tall goaltender.
Controlled off the draw by the Lakers. Schumacher's shots off the ear of Showalter to the near boards. Chipped up in the air. They try to find some work. There's Parker Schultz that was there for the Eagles. Backpedaling is Anderson in his own zone. Anderson takes over. Off the stick, gathers it back. Across the line, sends that dig back in deep. Now it's Showalter to set up. Handled back on the end line by Vornwald. To center it goes. Ulof, he's got some speed. Couldn't get that going though. Back at the line, it's going to be Johnson to accelerate and play that around hard to the near wall. Over to take control there was Anderson. Plays that up to the right wing. Dickey is jammed on the play by Johnson. A little wrister from up high flutters in on goal as Boshi looks it into the catch glove with 11:34. Eagles with that 1-0 lead on the Andor tally.
They, right from the very first shift, have had a pretty good forecheck going. They follow up the forecheck on the wall with the defenseman being strong. They cover really well, so it's almost like it's an overload where they really pressure quite a bit, and it makes it very difficult. If you're going as a Prairie Lake, if you're trying to go D to wing, that's tough. I mean, you better have another option. That center better be swinging so you can chip it to them, because right now they're getting pinched hard on the wall.
There's a nice exit there by the Lakers. Eagles defense across their own line. Ooh, that was close to trouble. Knocked away. Now it's Satterdalen off his stick. Bumped off the boards on the near side by Simonson. Now Satterdalen tried to play ahead to Smith. Rice was there. That's right at you. I know, I'd leave it. I wouldn't touch it.
Well,
he's gutsy.
When's the puck coming back up here?
I know, but is it going to stay is the question.
Oh, it'll stay, yeah.
This isn't on yet, but are we back? And we're back.
Well, let's tell them what happened.
Okay, well, do you want to paint the picture?
Well, the puck got flipped up right at us. It hit the heater above us.
It was too tall for us to grab.
Yeah, it hit the heater and it knocked the grate, and the grate fell and it hit and unplugged us.
So that just knocked you right out of the wall. Everything went dark, but we're back.
Yeah. So no one was injured on that play.
And we know everybody was worried, right?
Yeah, well, you got two silly goaltenders up here, and neither one of us caught it.
But neither one flinched. You got to admit that. We were waiting for it. Actually, it looked good. Andor with a wrister. Ooh, that thing got off the stick in a hurry. Boy, he can shoot it. I've told this story about Ryan Andor. In Pee Wee's, he had, I don't know, 100 goals maybe? He there's not a lot of shooters in youth hockey. A lot of givers, a lot of assist guys. It's nice to see some goal scorers take advantage of that and know they can do that. Oof. Quick shot by Luloff in on goal. Yoboshi's a good goaltender, and he's always going to give his club a chance. That one gets through Kingery, and the length of the ice it goes, and that one was whistled down for an icing call.
Well, once again, Prior Lake just having trouble getting out of their own zone, and it's just a solid forecheck by Eden Prairie. They're just pinching really well along the wall, and that's where Prior Lake's trying to come out. I mean, if it's not working that way, you got to find a different way. Whether your D-man carries it a little bit further, or whether you just chip it out of the zone to back up that strong forecheck. But right now, it's just rimming it and hoping that winger can get it out of the zone, and that's just not occurring on both sides of the ice.
Pace is good, too. And that's creating some of those issues, too.
Yeah, pace is good, but it just, Prior Lake just has no answer right now for the forecheck of Eden Prairie. And until they figure out a way to, and like I said, sometimes it's not graceful. Sometimes you just got to get the puck and maybe do a high flip into the neutral zone just to kind of back up that forecheck a little bit. Because if you do that enough, they're not going to pinch so hard. But you got to do something. And like I said, it's not very elegant, but sometimes you got to take a less elegant approach to try and figure out a way to change the momentum a bit.
There was a less elegant approach by Vornwald as he did a nice job up the wall. The sophomore leaned into Schumacher on a great board battle and stopped him in his tracks.
Hey, there's been a lot of defensemen in the history of the National Hockey League make a career out of high off the glass and out.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, they make millions. Off the stick it goes, played to the line. Anderson is there now. Now from the left wing, it's going to be controlled by Pavic. He plays that one ahead on the stick of Joe Rice. Across the line to the corner he goes. The Eagles were jammed on the play, back down low. That was a nice forecheck there by the Lakers. Now it's going to be Rice again. They'll try to play this one out of the corner. Knocked off the wall. Hustle play there by Liam Fronick. From the end wall it goes, turning away from traffic is Pavic. Pavic now up to the line. Here's a quick, oh no, they're going to hold it and shoot. Oh, he mishandled right at the line there. Pavic behind. Shallow angle, Showalter the save. Moan's going to ring the wall. That's off Parker Schultz stick. In on goal, Showalter the save. Puck chips up in the air to the line, but not out. Eagles bottled. Nice shift here by the Lakers. That one over the glass. Now to the near side, played down by Simonson. That's off Pavic. Rice takes over. That's off the stick of Parker Schultz. One hops in on Showalter, and he wisely scoops that up and hangs on.
Good shift by Prior Lake, because every time somebody got the puck, it went immediately at the net. They didn't play around with it and lose it at the blue line. They got that puck at the goaltender, look for deflections, look for rebounds. They got a few. That's a good kind of pressure, especially when you've been held in your own zone for a little while.
And there's a face-off win now for the Lakers as they take control. Bump with it. Cut off by Dobchuk. Gets it ahead to Johnson, to Luloff, to Johnson. Feinberg was open in front. Johnson wanted top glove. Didn't get it. Glass instead. Luloff stays with it. The speed there off the forecheck on display. From the left wing side, it's Rice. Cross the line. There's a shot that's deflected. And played over to the right wing side for Feinberg. Feinberg finds an opening and plays that one in deep. Gathered and played out of the zone. Angling his way as Riley Duber, watched by Andor. Back in behind it goes. Block with bump on him. Block will try to guide it around. There's a nice shot by Kingery that was read neatly by the goaltender, Showalter. Now it's Tony Schultz ahead to Townsend. Townsend tried to find an angling Andor. Instead, jumping the route was Choi. Nice job there. Calmly took it at the line, waited for his guys to touch up, played it in deep. They have a man up high, though.
They had to retouch. They never did regain the onside.
Shot
Finally,
by Schumacher block. Townsend's going to wind it up to the right wing side as he has Tony Schultz with him. They'll be checked on the play. Gathered and play to the right wing side. Here that comes Block over to make the play. Pushes that behind Dickey. And now it's going to be Simonson with it. Simonson around. Kingery is there as he waits on the puck. Back into the neutral zone. It's going to be Smith that plays for Moan. That hits a shin pad of Schumacher as Dickey finds his defenseman Emerson. Emerson off the glass. No ice on the play. Back in behind Showalter. Ooh, look out. Oh, run into, penalty coming up behind the net.
It's like roughing is the call on the play.
He's going to take Joe Rice.
Oh, Schumacher.
Oh, check that, Schumacher. Looked like Rice had the guilty shoulders there, if there were such a thing. What is your take on that, Mike? The goaltender back to play the puck.
I'm all for it if you know that you got a little bit of coverage. In other words, someone back maybe to help you out a little bit.
Or the contact. I mean, I think if you go back like a defenseman, you open yourself up to be hit. That's my opinion.
Well,
that's not the rules, but
right.
I'm just saying. I've always said that. 3 Eagles, 2 Lakers back in behind the net. Now Dobchuk from Andor over to the right side they go. Choi plays that one up high. Glove save. They score! That was a quick shot from Dobchuk that handcuffed Boshi. Actually, that was Townsend to Dobchuk, and it's 2-0 Eden Prairie with the power play marker.
A good shot through a screen. You could tell that the goaltender didn't see it until late. His reaction was late, and it did catch the bottom part of his glove, I think, and went straight down. Here's the shot through a screen. Good screen in front there. Just not allowing the goaltender to have eyes on that puck. Tyler Johnson was the one that was hanging around in front of that net.
Taylor was there with the stick as the puck was dumped in. Around the near side, Luloff was there. Now Anderson takes over. That shot's deflected. Bump nearly had a good look there. Luloff. Now it's going to be Feinberg with it to Luloff across the line. Nice read there. Scores! Offside at the line. Just kidding. Well, I didn't hear the whistle, did you?
Well, Johnson, I did, yeah. Johnson had his leg dragged, but the linesman said that he was still offside.
Well, I guess if you're a Laker fan, you can say, well, that power play was a bummer, but that one helped, right?
You know what? I will say this, and I guess I don't know if we'll ever know this or not, but in this case, a lot of times goaltenders, when they hear that whistle, they immediately relax. So I don't like that wasn't the type of shot that I think would normally beat this goaltender. So he might have just heard the whistle and kind of pulled up a little bit, and then the guy rifled it. So I don't know. That's just an argument for you there.
I totally agree. That puck was played back in as Bump and Johnson came together in the neutral zone. Smith right off the bench as he'll be bothered. Nice pressure on the back pressure from Kingery, who lost his stick. Now it's going to be Satterdahl, who comes away from the right wing side, spins it out front looking for Smith as the bouncing puck. It's going to be picked up by Kingery. He'll flip to center. Schumacher with the quick mitts. And they'll say he closed his hand pass actually over to Dickey with 4:21 to go here in the first.
Well, there's a perfect example of what I was talking about. You're under pressure. Just chip that out to center ice. At the very least, you force the opposition to regroup and get back on side. But in this case, an unfortunate glove pass. But nevertheless, they cleared their own zone temporarily and had a chance to move the puck up ice.
Satterdahl to Choi. That one's under his stick. Now Block will gather it, bumps off the boards for Choi. Ahead to Stansberry. Little muffin that was picked off by Kingery there. Over the near side it goes now for Block. Block will play this to the left wing for Satterdahl. He looked to his right, instead finds some real estate, gets to center, finds the checkered and gets it deep. Back in behind it goes. That's going to be Simonson to the right wing. Lakers advance ahead. Back through center ice. That's handled by Joe Rice. Big collision in front of the bench area. It's going to be a penalty coming up on the Eagles for a slash.
Well, time running out here in the first period, so a big opportunity for Prior Lake to cut this lead in half.
This is a good opportunity for them to go to work with the man advantage. Face-off win by the Lakers. Schumacher flips that over to the far side. Bump a quick wrister. Blocked by Daler. Dropped into his feet, but back up to the line. Anderson now is going to hold it and play over for Bump. Quick pass to Schumacher. That's blocked. Anderson, the one-timer. Showalter, nice read there from the butterfly.
Well, I'll tell you what, Prior Lake does a good job of getting the puck to the net. When they do get the puck in the offensive zone, they're quick to get it to the top of the crease. I like that. Need a little bit of traffic there in front of the goaltender maybe, but I like the idea. And that was happening 5-on-5 when they did have opportunities too.
Ooh, touched from the middle. Simonson now back to the corner it goes. Up high to Anderson. Bump. Wrister. Boy, he gets rid of it in a hurry too.
Yeah, but you're one-on-one with a goaltender on an angle. That's a play that a goaltender really has the advantage. You got to pick a spot pretty good to find it around a goaltender in that angle. So again, more testimony from me about getting bodies in front of the goaltender. It makes it so much more difficult for him to get a hold of that.
Nice little play there up high. Anderson. Slick puck-moving defenseman over to Schumacher. Schumacher's shot's blocked by Townsend. He likes to go. We'll see what he does with it. Instead, he's going to take the safety valve and flip that one back in behind the net. Anderson retreats, bumps off the end boards. Now it's going to be gathered and played up the ice by Bump to the right wing side. Nice job to cut away from traffic. Here's Bump. Try to dangle through, stays with it. Now he plays it hard across. That one misses Duber. Now it's Schumacher with it. Back over for Bump. Anderson's open up high. Anderson, the snapper. Ooh, he wanted high blocker off the glass. And now it's, again, Anderson. Nope. Now it's going to be a quick touch pass to the left wing. Anderson shot deflection. Oh, nice save made. Schumacher. Good read there by him.
Little redirect maybe
Boy,
too, and he got his pad on that very nicely.
He was kind of going toward the middle, and he had to flare it to the left, and that was quick leg there. Nice.
Some good opportunities here on this power play. They have not squandered the opportunity, but you need to find a way to get one of those to deflect in maybe.
They've had it in the zone almost the whole time. That hit the linesman on the way out. Luloff swings it back to center with a one-hander. Now regrouping, it's going to be Karsten with it. Near side for Emerson. Finds Dickey on the move. Flip back down by the Eagles. That'll bounce in wide of Boshi. And now it'll be Karsten to regroup with 13 of power play time to go here for the Prior Lake Lakers. Long ahead, that's deflected in. Nice play by Rice. Now it's Choi. He'll ring that one hard around the boards. Kept it at the line. That was Karsten to make the play. Eagles are at full strength. Emerson now. He'll hold. No, he makes a move.
Oh,
spun off the puck there.
I thought that stick got in between his feet.
Scores! Down low they go, Dickey. In spite of that, they got it low and found the man in the low slot area. Residual effect of the power play as the Lakers cut the deficit in half to 2-1.
Yeah, very important goal there. And good job sticking with it. I mean, a couple of good moves. Got the puck down low, and they utilized guys in an odd man situation in front of the net. Even though it was a 5-on-5, they outnumbered the defender in front of the net, gave themselves some options.
Minute 22 to go here in the first period. Dobchuk will play that in hard behind the net. Emerson watched by Stansberry. Smith up high, bounding puck. Tried to play that to an open wing. Now Eider comes away with it. He finds an opening. Flips it into the corner. Bump is there as he's going to be turned away. Logging a lot of ice time on that power play. Right back at you here. Looking to tie it up late in the game. Or period, rather. Now his bump out for him to reach back. Stansberry comes away with it. That's off a pair of skates. Showalter will just cover and hang on. With 47.6 to go in the first.
Nice late period push here by Prior Lake. I like to see that. They're definitely here to make a difference.
To the right wing now, it's Townsend. And it's gathered and played by Bump. Eagles 5 across, essentially. as they play that back in. Bump and Dobchuk collide on the near boards, but Dobchuk, nice positional play. Outsized, but got the job done. Puck went in the air and died on the ice. Play to the right wing side to center. Now it's Anderson trying to make a move. Now Townsend, he's dangerous across the line. Goes against the grain for Andor, but nice back check turned in there by Prior Lakes. Riley Duber back across the line with 5 to go. Dobchuk makes the play, chips the glass, and we'll see that'll do it for the period. There's that glass chip you were talking about, Mike.
It works. It's worked for years. Doesn't make it pretty, but it works.
It really does. It really, really does. Well, this has been a good one here. Everything we expected between these two teams, the defending champs, Eden Prairie Eagles, and the Prior Lake Lakers. Section 2, you've got Minnetonka, Prior Lake, Chaska, Chanhassen, Eden Prairie, all battling for positioning. We'll see where these teams land. And they've got about a month and a half of play or so to go in the regular season. So there's plenty to go for these hockey clubs.
Yeah, not quite the halfway mark, but they're getting to that point where you start to really pay attention.
Yeah, this is when you definitely want to be playing at your best. Once again, coverage here tonight is presented by Tradition Companies. They are our title sponsor. This is Tradition Companies Hockey Night in Minnesota, along with Care 11, care11.com, the Care 11 apps. Also City County Credit Union, St. Cloud State University, TRIA, and Sniper's Edge Hockey. We're going to jump aside here. We're going to hear from our partners and have much more coming up for you. Should be a good second period from the Eden Prairie Community Center.
No better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more.
My favorite thing about Tradition Mortgage is no question the culture. We work hard and we play hard. We have a staff of very highly competitive individuals that really care about what they do.
If you were to ask why someone should use Tradition Mortgage, I would think with us you're getting experience. The longevity of our staff compared to the industry averages is off the charts. A recent article in National Mortgage News said that the typical mortgage office has turnover of 25% a year. And the history of our staff here at Tradition and the longevity that they've shown here, you're getting quality people that know the industry.
We're relationship based and not transactional. We don't have a single product for every client. We really try to tailor each loan to a borrower's specific situation.
What I think is awesome about Tradition Mortgage, what I really love, is the common interest we have in how we give back to our local communities. I would say the large majority of our staff all coaches or manages or does something in the community through scholarships or charity work that we can be proud of.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on Care 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on Care 11.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money with a checking account designed for life on the go. Because life is busy. We get it. Let us help. Visit City and County Credit Union to get started. Insured by NCUA.
The history of Tradition Capital Bank goes back to 2005. There were a couple different companies in existence already, Tradition Mortgage and Tradition Wealth Management. And I had known Eric Hendrickson, the president of Tradition Mortgage. Another gentleman by the name of Reed Evenson knew a gentleman by the name of Tip Ennebeck and said, hey, how cool would it be to start a bank someday to really serve our clients, not only on the mortgage side of things, not only on the wealth management side of the business, but to have a bank that can serve all their needs. And so we literally, with a group of investors back in 2005, $10 million of capital, started Tradition Capital Bank. Since 2005, we've grown every year, year over year, just taking care of clients through relationships. We're all about relationships at Tradition, and we want to take care of our clients well. We started with $10 million in capital, and 15 years later, coming into our 15th year of business, we are now an $850 million bank that has a business banking division that serves small business clients. We have a private banking division that serves clients individually. And we also have a construction development and mortgage business that works nicely with our other companies, providing housing to thousands of people year over year. At Tradition, we're a high-touch, high-tech bank. And what I mean by that is we have one-on-one relationships with all of our clients. When you walk in, we know you by name. Yet, when it's Saturday night and you're working on things, you can do online banking, mobile banking, and have access to all of the technology that all the big banks have to offer. So you get the best of both worlds, high touch, high tech.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money with a checking account designed for life on the go. Because life is busy. We get it. Let us help. Visit City and County Credit Union to get started. Insured by NCUA.
There's no better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit traditioncompanies.com for more information on how we can assist you with your land development, financial services, and home building needs. Better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more.
We're going to do the right thing, and that comes from the top down, and it permeates throughout everything that we do. It's just one part of it. The other part is the absolute total commitment to giving back to the community. Everything that we do is driven by how we're going to make the world a better place. Is paramount into what we do, because we know that long term, having a focus on the customer is what's going to make us a long-lasting company and group of companies here in the Twin Cities.
I think we're a phenomenal company with an amazing team of people, so much talent. So many creative minds and really good quality people to work with, which make it fun. See, we're very focused on customers. You're looking at from the designs that we are creating on a regular basis and constantly enhancing, personalizing, modifying when necessary in order to accommodate our customers' needs. The other thing that's great is we're always cutting edge, looking for new ideas, new trends, new plans. What's the next great community or product line that we need to focus on that will take us into the future.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Finding the skate. Here comes Steve's in on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Now playing goal for Prairie, number 35, Ben Mickett.
As we start period number 2 at Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota, Ben Mickett is in goal. He'll swipe that one away as Anderson takes over back in behind the net. Flipped up high in the air. That'll bounce into the Eden Prairie zone over everyone and icing back the other way.
Well, we haven't heard what the choice was or why the choice was made. Starting goaltender is now backing up or on the bench.
Yep.
But he didn't appear to be struggling, in my view.
Oh, that goal from Andor was high level.
So, I mean, it's just kind of an interesting choice to make, but
maybe trying to spark the guys.
So it's I guess, hey, I got a soft spot for goaltenders that get pulled out of a game.
I do too.
Because we've all had the shepherd's hook. Okay,
at least I know. At least they waited till the end of the period.
Well, right, but it's just an interesting move. I always ask myself, and there's some coaches that do it indiscriminately. I mean, they just, there's some coaches that just do it,
and
on
it
a
works.
whim.
When you get guys, when you get everything lighter, they're still offside. The Eagles need to touch up. Choi now with it, cross the line, slides through to Andor. Oh, that was knocked away from him. Controlled off the right side by Townsend. Daler shot. Oh, nice deflection by Andor. One hops away from Mickett. Choi.
One of the reasons why I question it sometimes is because of the fact that you're putting a cold goaltender in.
Townsend, Andor load, scores! You can't give Ryan Andor that kind of real estate to load up and pick a spot. He'll put it there every time. He's like a pitcher working the strike zone.
The scoring area, if you want to call it that.
The high
you're talking
area.
about that triangular or trapezoidal, whatever you want to.
Touch up. Choi now with it. Cross the line, slides through to Andor. Oh, that was knocked away from him. Rolled off the right side by Townsend. Daler shot. Oh, nice deflection by Andor. One hops away from Mickett. Choi.
One of the reasons why I question it sometimes is because of the fact that you're putting a cold goaltender in.
Townsend, Andor load, scores! You can't give Ryan Andor that kind of real estate to load up and pick big, tall goaltender in net for the Lakers. Andor back to the line to Dobchuk. Back down to Andor. Now Schultz will take over to the corner it goes. Townsend plays the body, stays with it. Tried to slide that one to the slot area. Instead, Townsend's going to try and work the wall. Andor comes away with it. He has some room. Puts on the brakes. Now to Schultz. Back door. Oh, nice feed there. Kingery, though, made the read. Back on the stick of Townsend. He's checked on the play. Now it's Dobchuk with a shot. Hard off the boards. To the near side it goes. Schumacher is there as he's going to wind it up wide from left to right. Kept to the outside. Eagles taking away the middle. Dobchuk around to the near side for Daler. Up to Andor. We saw them do that to the Hornets back at the Edina Holiday Classic. Andor off the boards, guides that in. Simonson back in. With him as well as Will Emerson. Schumacher. Stansberry. Boyce was there. Now it's Satterdahl as he's stopped. Over to the near side. Schumacher again across the line as he works on Vornwald, who brings him down on the play.
That looked like a
heads up.
Partial slew foot, maybe. I don't know. It was he took him down.
Do not be texting and watching a hockey game.
No, we saw someone get blasted in our in the big tradition game.
Oh yeah, at
with Bloomington Ice Gardens.
Yeah, and then we saw another one get.
Or wasn't that
popped?
Was it there?
No, we were at Stillwater.
Was it in Stillwater?
It was Matamidi, Stillwater.
True. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which place.
It all became one. It's becoming a blur, Mike.
I love blurs.
Fanenstein now to the near side.
No, you're right. It was Stillwater, and they got nailed pretty good. And not to say that they weren't paying attention, but that puck. Well, heck, it almost hit us in this game. So.
Pavic now. Fanenstein started the breakout. He's stepping up in the play to the top of the slot. Instead, they're going to have Pavic behind, try to play it to the wall. Instead, Stansberry's there, watched by Fanenstein. Nice play there as he'll knock this to Rice. On the puck, Joe Rice to the right wing side. Offside at the line as Parker Boyce skated into that one.
Well, Eden Prairie has regained that 2-goal cushion that they enjoyed for a good portion of the hockey game. See what Prior Lake does here to try and respond. They did change their goaltender. Not to say that he is at any fault for the third goal necessarily, but I'm just saying that they did make a goaltending change coming out on the top of the second period here.
Tyler Johnson muscles his way across the line. Wrist shot wide of the mark. Feinberg bumps back in behind the boards. Oh, Luloff to Feinberg. One-timer. Beautiful setup there. Johnson keeps it alive. Feinberg, top of the slot. Glove save by Mickett. Nice read off that quick chance there. Couple chances from the end boards out to the slot area by the Eagles.
Maybe a little puck watching going on because there's two players in that, 10, 15 second difference in time that had point blank opportunities. One missed the net, the other a save by Mickett.
Down to the corner goes Johnson, fights off the check. Simonson was there. Now it's the Eagles to take over. Johnson's cycle attempt for Feinberg was cut off. It's backhanded to center by Will Emerson. Now block off the end board. Schumacher chases him. Dickey, nice job to cut that off to the slot area. Ooh, checked out the play. Kiggery high off the glass. Simonson from the corner gets away from one would-be checker. Now it's Feinberg with it. He's brought down. Johnson fights off the check. Looks to Feinberg. That hits his boots. Back into the corner. Schumacher walks back out. Simonson taps that one through everyone. Now it's Block with it. Kingery is there. Johnson to the line. Quick wrister. That's wide of the mark. Choi will come over to the near side as he plays Joe Rice into the boards. Check thrown there on Tyler Johnson. Nice job to have some urgency there for Boyce to win the battle. Good forecheck here by the Lakers. That's Joe Rice. Schumacher through the slot area, nearly deflected its way to the back of the net. Feinberg flips to center. Simonson gloves down. Lakers will shovel that one in off the glass. They'll get a change. And here come the Eagles back out of their zone. Long pass ahead, misses the mark, and icing the call is that missed Karsten. And the Eagles survive that.
An interesting read there by the Eden Prairie defender. He wanted to get a change, and so he essentially just iced the puck. But what he didn't realize is Prior Lake was still offside. So he could have stood in his top of his circles, as long as he wanted, and just waited for them to have to tag up. I don't think he was aware of it. He ends up icing the puck. So instead of getting a face-off at the very least outside the zone, he had to take one inside the zone.
And the face-off win by the Lakers as they go back to work. Smith off the end boards for the Eagles. Nice positional play. But support there. Off the stick of Satterdalen. Knocked free by Wyatt Smith. Wanted to try to get that to Satterdalen. Couldn't get the handle. And now it's going to be back up ice with Joe Rice to the right wing for Pavic. Boyce goes to the net. Pavic puts on the brakes. Dobchuk, nice job to stop and stay with him. Up the wall it goes. Satterdalen is there. Chips to center. Not enough to be an icing call as Karsten will regroup with Stansberry on him. Fanned on that. Enough pressure there to force a turnover. Satterdalen a shallow angle shot off the end boards. Anderson plays it around to the right wing. Back at the line. That's Stansberry to play that one in. Pavic waits for the bouncing puck. Daler plays the body there. Smith gets the stick on Joe Rice. Across the line he goes. He's checked on the play. There's a puck with Travick. Scores! Oh, he caught the short side. Eider to the back of the net, and it's 3-2.
Boy, he put that in a small space. That was a heck of a shot, but again, a puck that was turned over in the wrong area, spun around and put it inside the pipe. I think goaltender was asking if there was any, or felt that there was some interference with the players that were in front of the net.
He was pleading the case, legit.
He was, and I, rarely do we win that argument. Goaltenders, after a while, you learn just not to even ask. But that play right there, loose puck, you see them crowding, but it was the defender actually for Eden Prairie that pushed the forward for Prior Lake. I don't even think he pushed him into the goaltender. He just kind of pushed him in front of him. But that quick little shot was a well-placed one.
It was a great shot. Now it's 3-2. We got a close one here. Now it's Townsend behind the net. He'll play back up to Choi. Over for Block. Wrister. Nice blocker pad save by Mickett. Back up to the line. Now it's going to be Block again, heavily off the end boards. Gathered and played off the glass by Emerson. Bump was cut off by Block. And there's Eider to play it back to the neutral. Choi icing.
Well, I wanted to take this opportunity to let everybody know about a really fun opportunity to watch special hockey. It's an exhibition on Wednesday. It starts at 5 p.m. and it's free to everyone who wants to go. It's It's presented by Tradition Companies and Hendrickson Foundation, who offer kids and adults alike opportunities to play special hockey, sled hockey, blind hockey, warrior hockey. I mean, they offer all kinds of opportunities for people to get a taste of what hockey's all about, because they feel, and we do too, that hockey changes lives. So it's a special hockey game, Edina and Lakeville. It's going to be at Richfield, 5 p.m., free to everyone who comes there. You can stay for the Magicians game afterwards if you like.
There you go.
But no, it'll be fun, and the kids are gonna. I think the kids are gonna love it. So if you have some time on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, get yourself over to Richfield.
Hendrickson Foundation's been terrific. The whole family's been so engaged in everything that foundation does, and it's impressive stuff indeed. I know for Larry it was a big deal with a shot in on goal. That one was stopped by Ben Mickett.
Well, certainly his vision and his children have carried on that, continue to carry that on, and it's going to be a fun event, and they often have those types of fun events, and like I said, we're also calling it actually a recruitment night, because if you know anybody, whether they are friends of the family or whether they're in your family, anyone that would want to play any kind of those, like I said, sled hockey, special hockey, blind hockey, warrior hockey, any of those things, then that's a good time to sign up.
Townsend, Schultz, glove save, Mickett. Well, that's a nice turnover. Quick stick of the neutral zone by Andor forced that turnover, and then quickly this group comes at you with entry beautifully.
Well, Mickett's made a few good saves here. He has really held his team in it, and they've given him a goal. He's given up one goal. It's in his game. It's 1-1.
Good way to look at it.
You know,
Andor's pass telegraphed and off the stick of Boyce. Daler with the race. Now Joe Rice with it. Andor gets a stick on that one, knocked in by Boyce, but offside at the line. So 8:47 to go here in the second period. Dobchuk up for Schultz. Bumps off the boards. Ben Fanenstein. Good to see another second-generation player out here. His father, Mike, a good friend of mine. You know, played hockey and baseball, Mike, but I'm telling you, Mike Greenlay, that guy is the best softball hitter I have ever seen. I mean, he was fine at baseball, but the softball thing worked for him. He was like one of those guys in those big A leagues, you know, and he wasn't the big, thick guys that you're used to seeing. There's a blocker pad. I've never seen anything like it.
I'll tell you what, I still play goal, and knock on wood, I don't come up with any serious injuries, but every time I play softball, I pop my hamstrings.
Oh, hard across the bag, buddy.
Oh,
that's what it is.
You know what I'm talking about? It's,
yeah.
You're not used to all of a sudden having to run.
Because it's explosive, you know. So you're standing around for a while, and then you could push, you know. Nothing worse than watching a guy our age go to the back of the leg.
Trust me,
or face plant.
I've had some good ones, but yeah, which is odd because you think a goaltender at some point would pull a muscle, but I don't know. Maybe I just know where the limits are.
I would say that's probably that's very veteran of you. Duber.
So in other words, if it's a backdoor shot, I'm like, yeah, good goal because
nice shot, yeah.
I ain't stretching that.
I ain't getting her. Blocker pad save through the screen off the shot of Karsten, kept at the line. Nice play by Emerson. Another save. Showalter's been solid here tonight. Back up to the line. Big check by Luloff as he finished there. Back into the corner it goes.
That's what's called taking a hit to make a play. Emerson at the blue line knew he was going to just get steamrolled, but he made sure that puck got in deep.
Feinberg plays away to the left wing side. Tries to angle his way to the forehand. Instead, that's knocked away. Luloff with the body. Johnson comes away with it. That's played off the stick, but there's Johnson who tried to muscle his way to the net. Nice battle off the corner. In to gather there is Riley Duber. Around the left wing side it goes for bump across the line. Choi stops him a little bit there and disrupts. His block comes back in across the line. Plays back in behind. Andor will get to the corner first. Karsten is there. Andor plays behind Emerson. Now Duber comes away with it. He's going to try and play. Big turnover. Scores! Oh, Tony Schultz said thank you. Berries 4-2.
Those are, from a Prior Lake perspective, those are unearned goals, right? I mean, you make a mistake and they put it in the net, and you think, man, we battled to try and get ourselves close to getting back into this one and down by one, and then just an errant play like that, and all of a sudden you're back to where you started. So that can be really take the wind out of the sails for sure.
You could see what he was trying to do. Just unfortunate, didn't get it where he needed it to go, and wide of the mark it goes. Block. Choi. Right wing side they go. It's Parker Schultz to play that one in deep for the Eagles. Now Choi with the slapper, blocked off Schumacher's gear. Knocked back into the corner by Fronick. That gets past block. Will it be an ice? Yes, it will. As also on the ice for the Eagles is Sam Premenko, the senior. Big number 22, along with Fronick and Parker Schultz. Blake Dickey on the draw for the Lakers. Premenko up to the line. Block. Back in behind. Boy, he looks a lot like his D coach, Dan Molinar, there, the way he moves left to right. What a great player he was, again, for the UMD Bulldogs and here at the Eden Prairie High School. Choi, they're still off. And now they're good. Schumacher with it. Deflected in, icing the call.
Well, Prior Lake continues to try and respond. Eden Prairie just seems to be very much in control of this hockey game. They continue to get to that 2-goal lead, and they don't make too many mistakes.
And, you battle to get there, but they finish too. Prior Lake's had their moments, right, where they surge a little bit. They have some offensive time and zone time, and they get the forecheck going. There's a shot from up high that's sent in by Moan. Mick at the glove save. You mentioned him. He's been sharp in relief. Anderson to the left wing for bump across the line. That one slithers through the goal mouth area. Johnson comes away with it. Plays it off the end boards. Feinberg, no, cut off by bump. Nice read there. Played this one up high. Dubert back down for bump. Fed to the slot area. That's knocked away by Eider. And now it's going to be left wing side they go with it. That's Moan to ring it around the boards. Took a funny carom off the Cub food sign. Flipped up high in the air. Bump will take the bounce to the left wing. Opens up to shoot. Showalter steers. Moan better hurry because here comes Bump. Forces a turnover. Oh, a big shot and a save as he had Kingery.
Did you see that breakout?
Right there?
Oh. Top of the circles. Big old flip shot down to Bump. Here, I'm not saying it's pretty.
Oh, bat off the glass.
Just
flip it through the air.
Flip it down and
fly him.
Back up the defenders a little bit. I'm not saying that's a method that you want to continually use, but it created a heck of a chance.
Ooh, there was a chance from Schumacher. He took a nice feed from Kingery. Daler, Satterdalen, Stansberry from center. Back in behind it goes. Played back around by Simonson to the right wing side. Kingery is stopped. Kingery again will play this one to the stick. Schumacher gets away from Dobchuk. Nice play there. He'll try to dangle on Daler. Get around one, but not two. Daler's going to go as he took Schumacher down heavily as the Lakers back on the power play. We saw what happened with them last time they had that. They did some damage. 4:29 to go here in the period.
Well, they had a bit of a spark at the end of the first period, Prior Lake I'm talking about, and they actually had to use a power play to get that spark. We'll see if they can recreate that here and make it interesting.
Andor got smoked by a puck. Did he lose his blade? He lost his blade.
Yeah, I don't see it out there, but
based off of what I see, he had to do the one-legged. You can't go down like you're hurt.
Well, and there's nothing to push off either.
Oh,
you.
I mean, it's an awful thing.
Oh, there it is, over by the face-off circle. The linesman just grabbed it. Yep. Just pop that back in.
It's crazy stuff.
Well, if you can find it, sometimes you can pop it back in yourself.
I know. It's something. It's something watching a guy like one-footed stomp across the ice to try to get there. You can't really use your left foot.
Well, no, you'd have nothing. There's no push. So
looks like Paul Ranheim is going to go to work putting that thing back on down there.
He's probably saying, "Back in the day, we never had blades that came out."
What is this stuff?
Yeah,
hilarious. Bump will play this one in. Bounced in on Showalter.
All right, well, the power play that Prior Lake had near the end of the first, they dominated the zone with it. This one, they have not had that same good fortune.
Face-off played through center. 50 to go now on the power play. Now bump. Townsend will go stride for stride. Ooh, nearly pulled that one out. Now bump across the line. Loads this one up. Angles to the left. Highly skilled player. Schumacher chops that one down. Stays with it. Wrister high off the glass. Andor with his blade reattached to the skate, sends that the length of the ice. Anderson will wrap that around with 15 to go in the power play for the Lakers. 2:40 to go in the period. Over to the right wing side for Anderson, across for Duber. Snapper glove save made by Showalter as he'll stop the clock there, and they'll get one more change here each side. Out goes Fronick. In comes Parker Schultz. Joe Rice pushes it through the legs. Fronick was there. Block comes away with it. It'll be Rice again down for Pavic. He's got Boyce in front. Eagles are at full strength as Premenko now comes back on the ice. Schultz. Fronick knocks that one in. Emerson. Now Premenko was there. Now it's Schultz with it. Snapper, blocker pad save made by Mickett to the far corner. Up off the netting it goes. You know, the Eagles are really not shy to play all four of their lines. It doesn't matter what his team looks like. He'll play all 6D, all four lines, because Lee Smith really believes he's got to keep developing these players through the season because he's going to need somebody.
That's not a bad, and it's not a bad thing to do. Obviously, you do that early in the season, and you give everybody an opportunity to get their legs. I mean, when you say you need them, yeah, it's going to get more aggressive as you get closer to the state tournament. It's going to get the games are going to get a little bit tighter,
and it makes the saying "next man up" a lot easier.
Well, yeah, you're going to, these guys are young, but you're still going to run into injury situations here and there. Yeah, definitely a smart thing to see what you got early.
Schumacher, Choi watches him. Schumacher goes to his own puck. Nice positional play there by Choi. Feinberg comes away with it. Back up through center. Simonson steered away by Mickett up off the netting. They're going to take it over to the right dot.
You know, even these holiday tournaments that these teams played in recently, that's a good measuring stick too. I mean, it gives you a look because you know there's some pretty darn good teams even rolling into town from outside the metro, and so you get a good taste of what's out there.
Yeah, Moorhead looked really good, and Benilde St. Margaret's 1-3. Andover was solid. They lost to Rosemont, who's a pretty good team, and I think we learned there's probably 20 to 22 teams that could win a section playoff right now. And I can't remember, maybe 19 was somewhat like that, but it's becoming more of a trend, and I'm loving it as the teams are starting to have less of the one or two top teams and more of the balance. I don't want to say parity, it's overused. There's a shot made, but it's parity. Back into the neutral zone now. Duber will regroup as we're under a minute to go here in the period. Dobchuk quickly ahead. Simonson comes away with it. Duber was there. Now he'll stay with it. Nice patient play there. Head to bump it goes. Johnson gets a stick right on him. The second bump gets it. There's someone there. He plays the body on Feinberg. Turned over to the neutral zone as it's Duber now across the line. Snapper wide of the mark. Final push here in the period by the Lakers as they trail by 2.
Well, it looks like they're going to head out of this, unless they can win a draw here and find the mark. They're going to head out of here the same deficit they headed out of the first period with.
Ooh, bump. Nearly said something about that with a shot up off the blocker pad. Andor tried to race away with it as he knocked it away from Karsten, but there to clear it off the boards was Emerson Choi now. Now it's Townsend across the line. Townsend, now Andor, quick shot. Oh, he had the blocker pad and just missed it at the buzzer as it stays a 2-goal game. And we should have a great third period coming up here.
Well, you know, it's up to Prior Lake here to make a difference because Eden Prairie is just playing a good, consistent game. So they're I'm sure just as happy to continue playing at this pace. Prior Lake's the one who has to make a difference.
Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota from Eden Prairie with KARE 11, KARE11.com, and the streaming apps, presented in part by Tradition Company as our title sponsor. City and County Credit Union, St. Cloud State University, TRIA, and Sniper's Edge Hockey. Thank you to all for making this possible as we continue to call games throughout the state of Minnesota. I was talking to the athletic director of Grand Rapids High School, Ann Campbell, and we're both very much looking forward to our trip up to the Iron Range to see Grand Rapids and Andover get after it. 2 really good teams in an incredible environment. Hopefully we can do that the justice it's deserved here with the MNHockey.tv and Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota with KARE 11. We'll be back with more right after this.
Better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more.
My favorite thing about Tradition Mortgage is no question the culture. We work hard and we play hard. We have a staff of very highly competitive individuals that really care about what they do.
If you were to ask why someone should use Tradition Mortgage, I would think with us you're getting experience. The longevity of our staff compared to the industry averages is off the charts. A recent article in National Mortgage News said that the typical mortgage office has turnover of 25% a year. And the history of our staff here at Tradition and the longevity that they've shown here, you know, you're getting quality people that know the industry.
We're relationship-based and not transactional. We don't have a single product for every client. We really try to tailor each loan to a borrower's specific situation.
What I think is awesome about Tradition Mortgage, what I really love, is the common interest we have in how we give back to our local communities. I would say the large majority of our staff all coaches or manages or does something in the community through scholarships or charity work that we can be proud of.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money with a checking account designed for life on the go. Because life is busy. We get it. Let us help. Visit City and County Credit Union to get started. Insured by NCUA.
The history of Tradition Capital Bank goes back to 2005. There were a couple different companies in existence already, Tradition Mortgage and Tradition Wealth Management. And I had known Eric Hendrickson, the president of Tradition Mortgage. Another gentleman by the name of Reed Evenson knew a gentleman by the name of Tip Ennebeck and said, hey, how cool would it be to start a bank someday to really serve our clients, not only on the mortgage side of things, not only on the wealth management side of the business, but to have a bank that can serve all their needs. And so we literally, with a group of investors back in 2005, $10 million of capital, started Tradition Capital Bank. Since 2005, we've grown every year, year over year, just taking care of clients through relationships. We're all about relationships at Tradition, and we want to take care of our clients well. We started with $10 million in capital, and 15 years later, coming into our 15th year of business, we are now an $850 million bank that has a business banking division that serves small business clients. We have a private banking division that serves clients individually. And we also have a construction development and mortgage business that works nicely with our other companies, providing housing to thousands of people year over year. At Tradition, we're a high-touch, high-tech bank. And what I mean by that is we have one-on-one relationships with all of our clients. When you walk in, we know you by name. Yet, when it's Saturday night and you're working on things, you can do online banking, mobile banking, and have access to all of the technology that all the big banks have to offer. So you get the best of both worlds, high touch, high tech.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money with a checking account designed for life on the go. Because life is busy. We get it. Let us help. Visit City and County Credit Union to get started. Insured by NCUA.
There's no better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit traditioncompanies.com for more information on how we can assist you with your land development, financial services, and home building needs.
one of my favorite places to call a hockey game here at Eden Prairie. I don't know. This temperature is perfect. We're just high enough off the ice. We're close enough where we can feel it, Mike. I mean, what more could you want? I love this look here.
I love the fact that we had to come in to warm up.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's no wind. We've got that going for us. And I remember kidding myself into thinking that, icing the call.
Well, Prior Lake trying to stay out of a 4-game losing streak. Mentioned that they've lost 5 of their previous 6.
Don't want to make it 6-7.
Nope, they're just trying to find some sort of a magic touch here in one way or the other.
You know, I was speaking with one of the dads on the team, and he was commenting about how they used to get the pucks to the net so much better. And I say, it looks like a lot of teams are packing in on you.
Well, I thought early in the game, whenever Prior Lake did get an opportunity, it was because they were doing that. They were getting pucks to the net.
There's a shot that was blocked. Mickett sprawls. Knocked away from bump to the neutral zone. Ooh, Daler nearly lost an edge there. Johnson off the boards. Pushed off the wall now by Simonson. Picked up by Dalers. He'll play that in. Mickett will steer that one over to the stick of Emerson. Kingery now. In stride to Simonson. Watched by Townsend to the backhand. Ooh, that one's pushed wide of the mark. Kingery is there. Emerson. Wrist shot. Ooh, that one was through the screen of Daler. Nice read by Showalter. Didn't get it clean, but made the stop. That's off Tony Schultz. Sent right back in. The Lakers touch up. It's going to be Dobchuk behind the net. That one's too far. Simonson back over for Emerson. That's off the foot of Schultz and back into Laker territory it goes, as it's going to be Townsend. 4 checks, but nice job to avoid that. Kingery to the right wing side. Took that feed from Simonson. Now it's Moan to sling that one into the far corner. Simonson hounded on the play. Ooh, Townsend got away with one there. Kingery knocks that one to the slot area. Vornwald is there. Stays with it. Plays it around to the left wing for Satterdalen. Nice little feed to Townsend back up through the neutral. Townsend, one little shovel pass there. That's Stansberry to get that to him. And they look to the slot area. And now to the right wing side they go with Boyce. Here comes Boyce with it in on goal. That's off the glove of Showalter. There's Joe Rice with a bid. He's brought down behind the net. And now it's Stansberry as he angles away. Townsend gives that one over to the left wing side for Moan to Stansberry back and across the line. Stansberry looks inside out. And off the boards it goes to the left wing. Here they come back through center with Pavic. Anderson steps up in the play. Wyatt Smith deflects to the near boards. Anderson now with it. Checked on the play. Glove down. Nice play, Pavic. That one's deflected off Choi's stick. Now Block will come away with it. He finds Choi back in behind. Ryan Coring not in the lineup, by the way. The Colorado College commit for the Eden Prairie Eagles. Now it's Stansberry up for Smith. Satterdalen was there. Block will handle it. And that's the one thing I was thinking of in the second period and didn't mention his absence. But how the defensemen such as Block and Dobchuk, Daler, Moan, they've all stepped up. You know, he's a big defenseman. That's a difference maker back there for this Eagle team. Block wide of the mark and icing the call.
Well, you got to love to see when a team steps up collectively like that. And they have not really given up too many glaring opportunities.
Edina is trailing Cretin-Derham Hall by a score of 3-1 over at Braemar Arena. Around the wall to the near side. Anderson was there. He pinches down. Johnson to center for the Eagles. Vandenstein leans into that, plays back in behind the net. Rolled over the near boards. Luloff gains the line. He's checked on the play, and now it's bumped to gather. They set offside at the line, perhaps? Dickey and Fronick on the draw. Dobchuk takes over to Daler. Daler lays that one ahead. Permenko was there. Nice speed up the left wing rail there by Dickey. Puck rolled its way toward the goal mouth area to the slot. Oh, that hit the knob of the stick of Showalter on its way through, or it would be a one-goal game. Emerson. Nice play by Schumacher. Heavy hit off the end boards. Fronick watches his man. Now Permenko plays that to the neutral zone. Parker Schultz was there. Now it's Kingery back in behind for Emerson. It's Kingery up high. Moen was there with the stick. That one's high off the glass. Stays in play. Vornwald. Kingery now. It's Tony Schultz there. Schultz gathers. He has Vornwald stepping up, the defenseman. Quick touch pass. Ooh, that was read neatly by Joe Rice. Townsend got enough of a stick on that one to keep that from being a grade A. Now Vornwald with it. Cuts back against the grain. Hit Townsend. Schultz comes up. Now it's Andor across the line. Looks to the forehand. Goes down on the play. That skate's still giving him some trouble as they work this one across the line. Moen thrown into the wall. Shot it on goals. That's gloved and held onto by Showalter.
No, they're getting some pucks to the net, but these aren't threatening in any way. So good job, as you mentioned, good job defending by Eden Prairie. They're just keeping any opportunities to the perimeter.
Indeed, they are. They had that one chance that went off the stick, off the shaft of the stick of Showalter. How many of those? I mean, those happen more often than people think. It's incredible how that comes into play.
A lot of guys won't shoot high blocker for that reason. It's just enough. I mean, it's just enough to be something there.
And
it doesn't
sends
have to be
somewhere else.
Yeah, it's just enough to have something in their line of sight.
And it's
angled,
don't always right?
Yep, they don't want to shoot that because it's just kind of a weird view. Even though there's a heck of a lot of room up there, if you can find the right angle.
I mean, some guys could say they could hit it if they wanted to, but it's tough to hit it if you tried, right? So it's a nice chance by Wyatt Smith in on goal there.
Probably have a better chance going under the blocker than over it. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
At least it used to be that way. Maybe not so much anymore. But
bump. Yeah, I always felt it was just so much easier to move the catch glove up and down than the blocker because it's just it's a different motion, you know. It's more of a shorter motion for the blocker. Johnson, that's gloved down by Duber. Emerson kicks that one up the rails. Johnson tried to fight through that, couldn't. And they'll touch up. Duber back in as he'll forecheck on Choi. Choi loses the grip for a minute there, stays with it, turns away. Bumps that off the end boards for block. Duber forechecks him. Fronick was there. Duber turns and plays low. There's a shot. Rebound. Scores! The initial shot came in from Bump. Duber did the hard work down low.
Well, that initial shot, I think, was blocked. I don't even know if it made it to the goaltender. And because of that, it changed the angle pretty quick when it came back out for that next shot.
Eider was the one that finished that one. Shaking up on the play was Bump. We'll keep an eye on him. He's going to be fine, I'm sure.
Lakers goal is second the game.
Well, they're not going away, and that's good.
Eider unassisted at 6.
Boy, they went unassisted there. Bump's at least got one helper. Dickey back into the corner. I'd even give Duber a phantom. Scores! That one off Daler into the back of the net, and it's a 4-4 hockey game quick turn of events there for the Prior Lake Lakers.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do when you get a little bit of momentum and you get a break. They needed a break. The first break was having that shot come right back out to a Prior Lake Laker who put the puck in the net, and then this one was another even bigger break, a redirection off of a leg and into the net. Just an amazing turn of events here, and so all of a sudden, 4-4.
Big check thrown on Dobchuk there. They spring the route. There's a shot that's blocked by Dobchuk. Now here come the Lakers as they're putting the pressure on. Emerson with a mishandle. Townsend out front. Scores! That's the hat trick for Ryan Andor. Quick turnover. That group on entry is tough to handle.
My goodness, 3 goals in a very short period of time in this hockey game.
I know. What is that? That's crazy. Well, and there was also another one the other way that almost happened. There was a great chance for the Lakers. So now the blue, yellow, and white cannot get down on their daubers. You know, they can't. You guys just keep doing what they're doing.
His third of the game. Scored by number 27.
Moan, that's turned over. Knocked away from Joe Rice. Pavic was there.
Nice passing play to get that just a cross ice feed and just chipped up and over the glove for the hat trick.
Vornwald with it. It's a hat trick and a big game for him. Townsend, so you have to honor him. There's a shot that comes in on goal, and as a sophomore, I've been so impressed with Townsend's game. I just think that he is projecting with a really nice ceiling.
Moves very well out there. So, but looking, that's a couple of that's what the second kind of back-breaking play against the Lakers in this game. I mean, that goal right there. They score 2 quick goals. Boom, they come back and score. Earlier in the game, you recall, they closed the gap, and then boom, the fourth goal came. So it was, a couple of situations that just kind of take the wind out of your sails, and that was on a giveaway, remember.
And, the thing is when you have a lead, it's what do you do with it late in the game? And I think it's these types of games that are close that help these teams come playoff time as they start to learn to play with the lead. That was at the line. They're going to have to wait till they step in onside. There as Eider was there. He has 2. That's off the glass. Anderson watches that one as Karsten will come away with it. Here's Karsten off the boards. Eider, touch pass to the oncoming bump, cuts to the forehand. Block stops that. Back to the corner it goes. Bump is there. Townsend in to help out. Townsend wins the board battle. Luloff over for Andor. Andor's going to take it wide, try to get outside on Emerson. He's got Townsend with him. Lays it back to him. Townsend lost the edge, and back into the corner he goes. Back up ice come the Lakers across the line with a drop pass. Bump took it from Duber. His shot was off Daler and up and out of play.
Well, this line out there right now for Prior Lake has been the one that's really seen some good opportunities.
I think Schumacher
Yep.
and the energy of Boyce, especially on the end boards, has been really good.
Schumacher's been very good in getting and exploding away with that puck.
Dobchuk back in behind. Fronick all the way over to the far side. Here comes Schumacher. Fronick gets a stick in on him. Boyce across the line. He has Kingery. And then there's Kingery, who always seems to be taking the right angles. Eagles quickly change lines, bring the Townsend group back out. Probably not a bad idea with this line. It's been playing so well for the Lakers. Townsend gloves it down with speed across the line, finds it. There's a shot that goes up high off the glass. Kingery, now it's Andor. Andor holds down low. That one's knocked away from Tony Schultz as it's Kingery lost the handle but stays with it. Over to the left wing side. Fanenstein gathers and plays this one down into the corner. Dobchuk comes away. Back over to Daler. Ahead to Andor, but there's a Laker stick to make the play. Well, Schultz plays over for Townsend. They try to find Andor. Supporting is going to be Tony Schultz. A wrister. Oh, that one came in a hurry. Nice save by Mickett. Wow, that was a good save there.
That's making something out of nothing. I mean, really, no help, no one with him, no one to drop it to. He just made a couple good moves and got a good shot off.
Creates a scoring chance and a face-off inside the offensive zone with 6:43 to go in the period. Rice now for Boyce. Watched by Moan. Vorenwald comes away with it. That's center ice. Now it's going to be Emerson. Gains the center. Pushes it wide of the mark as it's going to be Vorenwald again from the corner. Pavic watches him. That one goes up and out of play. Nice little glove save made there by the backup goaltender, Isaiah Polnock.
Well, Eden Prairie making choices here on their line changes. Just they definitely are waiting to see who Prior Lake puts out there and then make that late line change.
Definitely taking advantage of the last change here. Karsten, watched by another number 10 and Feinberg. There's bump. Oh, nice feed to Tyler Johnson. Quick snapper. And read by Mickett as he makes the save. Well, we knew a lot about this Prior Lake team, but we now know that they have not one but two good goaltenders. Cut off on the play there. Now it's going to be Johnson with it. Looked for block. Pushes around for Choi. Choi's going to flip this one through center. Emerson reaches. Here comes Luloff. Ooh, got the stick on that, but a nice play to Karsten. That's sent by Emerson to the left wing side. Here they come through center. That's going to be Duber in on goal. Showalter keeps the clock moving as now it's going to be played ahead to Luloff. Anderson and he come together. Feinberg makes the read up the left wing. He has a man down the slot in Townsend. Townsend comes away with it. He's checked by Anderson. Luloff plays the body there. Over to the right wing side, it's going to be Eider. Lost the handle. Chipped away by Block. Over to the right wing side for Luloff. And now it's going to be Simonson with Andor on him. Anderson will take the carom to the right wing corner. Uses the net in the cage to protect himself as he wisely flips to center and just resets. Daler now for Andor. Andor waited on it. Now ahead he goes to Schultz. Ooh, nifty play off the boards. That almost worked. If he just twisted the leg a little more, he could have got himself in a position for the rear naked choke. That would have been perfect. Going into the octagon.
I can't say I know what that is.
Okay, little MMA for you.
Oh.
.442 here in the third. Daler pushes that one through to the stick of Simonson, read by Andor. He's bumped off the puck. Nice play by Simonson Kingery. Nice stick to keep that puck on it. He and Dobchuk duel at the line. Schumacher takes it. Backhanded attempt. Boy, that was subtle. Nice little save there by Showalter on a good bid by Schumacher.
Yeah, just unfortunate. It's such a tight angle, and he had a backhand shot. I mean, you can fool goaltenders on some of those plays, but that was just a little bit too tight of an angle.
Daler back in behind. He's checked on the play. Now it's Andor with it. Chips to center. Bounding puck. Emerson with Tony Schultz on him. He plays the body. He has the turnover in front. Oh, there's a chance. Puck sits free. Oh! Couple of big looks there. The Eagles' Liam Fronick had that one right in the goal crease area. Now it's Schultz. Fronick, shallow angle, went high up off the netting and out of play.
Yeah, a little chippy here in the last few minutes. You'd expect that, a one-goal hockey game. And can't say the lead has changed because it has been held by Eden Prairie the entire game. But Prior Lake tied this game up and then gave up the go-ahead goal very quickly afterwards.
Played back in now, controlled by Anderson. Anderson will push that one through to Bump as he's bothered by Tyler Johnson. Wherever Bump has gone, either Johnson or Luloff are on him or Feinberg within moments. Block, Duber now takes away with it. Duber's pass picked off by Feinberg. That's off the skates of Karsten. Choi jumped the route, but instead Bump wins the battle. There's a play by Johnson, and icing will be the call.
Well, Bump made a nice little play at center ice, just deflected that puck over the defender's stick. But a very, very good back check on the play by Tyler Johnson. As you mentioned, every time Bump is near the puck, he or a few other guys are around
Takes
him.
one stride, boom.
Yeah, and he is right there, so a good back check.
You know, it's interesting because guys like Bump that were in the USHL and, you know, is he going to come back or isn't he type of thing? And, you know, you might not garner the attention you are here at the Minnesota State High School League. And, you know, guys that we've seen lighting it up with points because they're able to, because they have space, have it taken away from them here as they're focused on a lot more. I think it makes you a better player in the long run, having to fight through things for the next level.
You got to learn how to battle because every time you make that step to the next level, you're going to just face a lot more experience and maturity.
Boyce and Smith get tossed. Schumacher and Stansberry now in the circle. Push back in behind. Now it's going to be Stansberry. Nice feed off to the right wing for Smith as he's raced down. That's off the boards for Kingery. Fanenstein slaps that one back in as Moan takes over. Now Schultz, Parker Schultz. Fanenstein gloves it down. Nice little play through the legs there of Stansberry. Now Schumacher over to the right wing side for Fanenstein. Wanted to find an angling Dickey. Instead, that was cut off by Parker Schultz. Stansberry from the corner for the Eagles. Pulled away from him and up the wall on a fine defensive play by Dickey. Swatted at, turned over. Here comes Townsend. He's dangerous. Backhand scores! Teddy Townsend. Big goal late in the game, 2:29. And the Eagles back up by 2 at 6-4. They erased all that hard work by the Lakers. And in good position here late in the hockey game.
Well, just too many giveaways. They messed around with the puck a little bit too much just inside the defensive blue line. And you do that, and you're going to end up coughing it up in the wrong spot. So the Lakers made a strong bid in this game, but just never had the consistency. Got a couple of breaks when they needed it, but they didn't hang on to that either. So it's hopefully they can find ways to build off of some of the positive things in this game and find a way to turn things around. It's not easy to point it back in the right direction, but you got to pull some little positives out of every game and see where it goes.
Well, and you look at that type of goal by Townsend, and it's just a patient goal, and he outweights the goaltender, and he has the skill and the ability to really garner that respect from the goalies. And, when you have that kind of offensive talent, I think some of it can be really exponential when you force turnovers and you have busy sticks in the neutral zone.
And the Eden Prairie's done a very good job all game long of the forecheck. So you can't help them by making crucial errors inside your own zone. Going to take a monumental effort here, but Prior Lake going to have a 2:29 push here.
Tyler Johnson in the draw against Duber, who wins it. Bump from the left wing. It's that deep. Duber now jumps on the puck. We'll keep our eye on Mickett for you from the goal mouth area. See if he starts heading to the bench. Anderson's shot's deflected. Played up high in the air through center. It's going to be Karsten with it. No ice on the play. Nope, they're going to call that one. I heard a no, and that came from Tom Gertis on the bench.
Well, I think he saw that the defenseman had kind of stood up a little bit inside the blue line, so he figured that's why it would be waved off, or it should be, but it was flipped over his head.
Wide of the mark it goes. Nice pad save there. Johnson again. Feinberg lets that go for Johnson. Smart play to just play it in deep. Now he's going to go get it. Johnson with the body on Anderson. Stays with it. Luloff. Now it's going to be Feinberg, who lost the handle momentarily. Blocked, though. Nice heady play to put that one back into the zone. Now it's Simonson. Long pass ahead. Choi gloves it down. Anderson. Down low. Oh, that one's stopped there. Block. 2-on-2. Feinberg heads to the bench. Block will steer that one in. 1:09 to go. Schumacher. Touch pass for Duber. Cross the line. Forward bump. Now Anderson. Blocker pad save. Ooh, back in behind. Bump with a pass that is blocked away back onto his stick. Going to guide that back in behind the net. Under a minute to go. They've left the goaltender in. Now Smith with it. Two players run into each other. Oh, they had Parker, Tony Schultz. He's got Andor in front. Oh, nice little feed there on the 2-on-0. Nice save by Mickett. Anderson played back in behind. 25 to go. Daler kicked around. Now Wyatt Smith. Andor chops that back out of the zone. Andor. See if he gets a no ice on that play. Nope. That's going to pretty much do it here, Mike. Kingery off the stick of Parker Schultz. Permenko. Alfronic. And the Eagles, a very solid 6-4 win here against the Prairie Lake Lakers.
Well, the Lakers, give them credit for a well-fought game. A few too many mistakes, but still, they should be able to pull some things out of this game that they can look as positives. Eden Prairie was very consistent all the way through, and even when they got themselves into a little bit of trouble here and there, they found a way to battle their way out of it. So just a team that's at a different point right now in their season from just a continuity. So Eden Prairie were patient in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. As Joe Cook, the public address announcer, said, thanks for braving the minus 10-degree weather. Come on out and watch the game, no question. Well, let's get to the business at hand here at Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota. Got a couple of players to award. Our first Tradition Company's Player of the Game. I'll let you call that one out.
Brian Andor, I think, with a hat trick, including the game-winning goal.
Absolutely.
On a nice feed and up to the top corner of the net. Hey, a Hattie anytime is something to celebrate.
Pretty hard to not notice that. He also did some great things off the puck as well.
Almost had a fourth goal.
He did
here late in the game as well. So
he might have had a helper in there too somewhere too. So, but he's been a great addition to the Eden Prairie team. So he's the player of the game, and the snipe of the game for me has to go to him too. And that was the game's first goal, and I thought that was actually a game-changing type of goal. So we're waiting for that play to be brought to us. When you're ready, we're gonna work it.
Yeah, but it was early in the game, and it was after a face-off win, and right through a crowd, just a quick little feed and a loose puck, and you know you gotta score the pretty goals, but sometimes you got to get the gritty ones, and those are the ones you have to find that loose puck around the net. He was able to spin around and put it home, and that was the first goal of the game.
Sniper's Edge Hockey Snipe of the Game, Ryan Andor, goal number 1. Wow. So we'll continue our tour of games as we have some great stuff coming up for you. I think, Mike, we're going to be working in a couple of flex games here pretty quickly, too. So
we'll let you know what those are for sure.
Absolutely. Check us out on social or on the GOW page at the mnhockey.tv. We'll let you know where we are next week, and we'll mix in some great matchups as things are starting to take shape. We've got some great girls games coming up. We're going to put another one of those on the schedule as well, as they are getting down to the wire now for the sectional playoffs and the final seedings. We're going to wrap it up here from the Eden Prairie Community Center. The final score, the Eden Prairie Eagles 6 and the Prior Lake Lakers 4. For Mike Greenlay, our producer, from Tom Ritchie from Ritchie Media Group, I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.